about it. Like the first few months, it's still there. It's still there. When that music hits and you go on air, and imagine, put yourself in my shoes for a second. You're a broadcaster, right? You're in that chair. The lights come on, the pyro hits, and your Roman comes out, and you're go, and you've got the greatest of all time to many people, Michael Cole, next to you. It's an intimidating environment, but I do think it's an incredibly privileged position to be in. I'm very, very grateful and extremely lucky that they've said to me, okay, we're giving you a go. And now I just want to do right by the WWE universe, which takes time. Like, I think Michael Cole tells me all the time, he's like, people are only starting to turn and give me praise now in the last few years. For 20 years. For 20 years they hated me. And it's just something that he's a genius at what he does. And if you're not recognizing the storytelling ability of Michael Cole and the pacing throughout matches and how he makes you feel, you gotta open your eyes a little bit. He's so good at what he does.
Is that something you ever do? Like, when you read online, you read about different people on Twitter feeds and stuff like that, and some of the comments may be negative. Do you read into that, or do you just ignore that?
No, I don't anymore. But I'll tell you, like week 2, I remember I finished up week 2. We were in Oklahoma City, and I went back and I looked, and I did the dreaded thing of searching my name on Twitter. And man, I found myself sinking down the side of the wall in the bathroom, because I was like, I am the worst human being on planet Earth. And I get it. Like, fans are either going to hate you, they're going to love you, they're going to like you, they're going to think you're meh. Whatever it is, you elicit emotions when you're sitting in that chair, and they have to hear your voice, or they want to hear your voice. And it's just one of those things that you've just got to keep going. And I talked to John Cena about it, because about 10 years ago, remember, John Cena was booed everywhere he went, and he's like a great person to be able to talk to about things like this. You keep going, you learn, you get better, and you listen, because if there's things you're doing that are grinding people's gears, well, then learn from it, and try to be the best you can possibly be. But it takes time. I remember Michael Cole saying that it took him 12 years. He said this on the After the Bell podcast with Corey years ago, and I listened back to it, and he said, it took me 12 years to feel like I had a handle on this show. And it's one of the most challenging roles I could ever imagine. It really is.
Yeah. What advice did John give you then, if you could share that?
John, I will share it, actually. Yeah. One of the things that he said was stakes. He said, in every single match, as a broadcaster, you're telling people about the stakes. And maybe it's a new match, it's a new rivalry, a new feud, but there is absolutely stakes on the personal side, the professional side of each wrestler heading in. You've got to find those stakes, and you've got to tell the audience about those stakes. And he said it, like we were chatting, and he said, look, even in your soccer world, he said, every single match, what do you call it when there's no stakes and there's nothing on the line? And I was like, it's a friendly. And he said, yeah, exactly. So you got to find the stakes in everything you do. And I love that advice.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool.